Hello, everybody. This is Real Estate Talk TGIF. Real Estate Talk TGIF number 249. And you know what? From time to time, we have a lot of regulars in our area now. We're blessed to have great agents and great people in our area. And today we have someone I work with on a day-to-day basis. I mean, we're shoulder to shoulder every day. And I felt it time to talk about what we've been doing and how we've been doing it. What I want to do is I want to go to our intro. This is Mr. Sekou Pyle, who is the Chief Growth Officer at the Modern Agent team, something that we both have started to really get into. And we both have decided that we wanted to do this craziness of starting a team. So we're going to talk about our trials and tribulations, about how we've started this and what we're doing and how we have a base framework to go. But right now, I want to welcome everybody to Real Estate Talk TGIF number 249. That is actually 246 weeks in a row. Welcome, everybody.
Real estate agents, are you looking to acquire clients consistently to grow your business and income for a great lifestyle? Well, this is Dave Fanale, and I'm here to bring you the Real Estate Skill Builder broadcast, Real Estate Talk TGIF, brought to you by Real Estate Skill Builder and the Modern Agent team.
And here we are. You heard brought to you by the Modern Agent team. And that's what we're here to discuss.
We age like Obama, man. I'm looking at some of those early photos. I said we age like Obama, man.
Yeah,
looking at some of those
early we do photos. Age, right? I want to put that up there. So there you are, right? And so there's a lot of things we're doing, Sekou, and you know, a lot of people don't know what you've been able to do in your career, where you started, the downs, the ups, and also, you know, being the person in the shadows of helping out great agents such as Dave DeVoe and Brett Sikora, because without you, I mean, yeah, they learned great and did really, really well, but you were the start of what they did. And a lot of people don't know that. And I wanted to make sure I brought that forward, which is really a key point to grow agents. And that's what we're growing here and what you and I are doing. So before we get into what the Modern Agent framework is all about, do me a favor, tell everybody about who you are. But wait a minute. Sorry, I got to cut you off there. I forgot to ask you the most important question.
My fault.
All right. I'm sorry.
It's coming.
What does TGIF stand for?
Thank God it's February. No, thank God finally. No. Oh, finale.
Yes. I figured you might know that. But anyway, as you know, sorry that I digressed there because I asked you a question. Tell us all about you, man. Tell us what's going on with you and what you're doing and why you're doing it. But start with the basis of how you grew into this business.
I accidentally became a real estate agent, man. I was doing fundraising and development. I was doing painting with my brother. I was doing all kinds of other stuff. Riding off the high of some pretty decent real estate investments. And my ex-wife, my wife at the time, says to me, "You're really good at this. You should get into real estate." And I did just what most people did. I thought real estate was just going to be another great job, and I was going to crush the job like I do all jobs that I do. And man, the sad reality of real estate kicked in when I was sitting at that desk and that phone wasn't ringing. What? You know, and business wasn't jumping down my throat. So I turned around and I switched companies a couple of times, and I went from the dark side of the moon to the bright side of the moon, and things didn't change because I didn't change. And then I hooked up with some coaching. I jumped into Mike Ferry coaching, and it was reluctant in the beginning. You tell me I got to pay $12,000 for somebody to stand next to me and yell at me. And I did what most people do. I thought that coaching was going to be a magic bullet. I was going to have somebody sort of come in and teach me how to walk or teach me how to run. And that's not what coaching is or was. And once I embraced the fact that, you know, I just had to take action and the coaching was there to take the stuff that I was good at to make me great at it. I embraced it. And once I embraced it, I went from doing, you know, nearly nothing to doing 15, 16 transactions a month, being dissatisfied if I was doing less than 10 or 12. And from there, man, I started coaching. I started running an office and all of this stuff happened. And I started joining teams as the growth officer for these teams. There wasn't a title for it at the time. I was just the guy that would help them to recruit. I took independent offices and added 350 agents. I took, teams, small teams, and made them big teams. I took big teams and made them productive teams. We really, really began to understand just how good we are when you could sort of translate your success into someone else's. And the unfortunate reality for the folks out there is that I've just become a more, I don't know, how should I say it? I'm non-compromising when it comes to the success of the agents that I work with, right? I have an unreasonable expectation of growth.
So talk to me about the unreasonable expectation, non-compromising when it comes to agents. Explain that, because that needs to be clear, because I want to comment on that once you do that.
Oh, so the last team that I helped to grow had 10 agents, well, maybe 9 agents with 3 admins that were licensed. And they did 370, 380 transactions a year. That's a deal a day. What up, Jason? And so I expect that kind of production. I expect if you show up to work that day, we'll put a contract together that day. And so most people will tell me that's unreasonable to believe. And I have this thing that, your will is greater than your skill. Your will is greater than your want. And that if you put it out there in the universe, if you move, not just say you want something, but if you put your will towards it, that expectation can be fulfilled. So I only work with agents that are actively pursuing growth in their business.
And that's one of the things that's where one of the places where we both align, simply because I tell this story all the time. I've been telling it for 5.5 years of my brokerage, of walking away from it because I didn't want to work with people that didn't want to work anymore.
Man.
I just couldn't do it. I mean, quick story is I had an agent that was on social, but did nothing with social. And I had told them 4 years earlier, the ROI of not being on social media was that you'd be out of business in 5 years. Well, here we are at 4 years. Someone doing 25 deals a year down to doing 10 and bitching and moaning at me because I'm not building her business for her. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. But so when I would spend a lot of time with this person and they would come the next week to take the next step and they didn't do any work, that was when I knew, and this was in the beginning of 2017, that was when I knew that I couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't handle it. New agents, new agents were not being taken care of properly. Part-time agents were not being taken care of properly. So when I left, I built 4 courses. Number 1 is Sphere of Influence method, the SOI method, a course for part-time agents, full-time new agents, and experienced agents. I did that because I think they needed to have more. They needed more support, right? So not working with people that didn't want to work was something that I have stuck to, and I will not do ever again. I'm going to work with people that want to work, which is what you and I do. And my bluntness really kind of works. Would you agree?
I agree. And like Jason is saying, you got to do the things. So what I imagine is going through an agent's head when they join coaching, or when they join a team, or when they join an agency, or when they get their license, is that somehow or another, somebody will tell them the things they have to do.
Right.
Well, the reality is that you already know the things you have to do, and you've been told over and over and over the things that you have to do.
Sekou, how does a new agent know what they're supposed to do?
Well, see, like the deep thing is that they've gone to school, they've done this, that, and the other thing, but the responsibility is not on their teachers. The responsibility is not on their broker. If you opened a bakery, right? If you were opening a bakery, the assumption would be you know how to bake, right? And so in the end, right, you could be your first day in opening a bakery. You got to bake products. You know what you have to do. Now, is there an easier way to do it? Is there a more systematic way to do it? There's a systemic? I don't know.
Sure.
Right? Like knowing other people in mentorship and in coaching will help you to do it better and easier and faster. But the reality is if you become a baker, I mean, if you open a bakery and you don't want to bake, then what the hell did you do that for? Why did you open the bakery? There's a lot of agents that become agents but don't want to sell. They don't want to sound like salespeople. They don't want to be in the trenches. They don't want to do the things that salespeople do. A new agent knows damn well, if you're going to be successful, you got to show property. You got to ask for contracts. You've got to get people on the phone. Like, they know it.
Right.
But the everyone is looking for perfection. So imagine this. I have a new analogy for you. So this is all my new agent out here. You want a box. Go ahead and jump in the ring with Mike Tyson today.
Okay.
This is what you expect. You expect to be at Showtime heavyweight champion of the world the first day you open your real estate business. It just doesn't happen like that. You got to train, you got to practice, you got to get in the ring with some training partners that are not there to knock your head off, right? You've got to do all of this for enough time, energy, and focus, and you can then maybe get in the ring with your contender first, and then you go up and you up and you up and you up. This is the power of a team. It gives you a safe space to to practice your craft, to perfect your technique, and to increase your will over this industry.
So I want to couple that explanation with the boxing to working out, right? So and consistency and momentum. So I know personally over the years, I've worked out, I've lost tons of weight at one time, gained it all back, but it's a matter of now, the older I get, I finally realize that it's a habit that I need to change, because my habit always was that I will go and I will lose weight. I will starve myself. I will run 5 miles a day, and incidentally, the exercise, you cannot work out a bad diet, right?
No.
You can take shit that's gonna calm your appetite and everything else, but it's not going to be a habit because you're going to go back to it. So, now 4 weeks ago, I started a process to change my habits because I'm finally sick and tired of having that extra 10 pounds, right? That's not a big deal to a lot of people and they don't really care. But I have one of those scales that tells you everything that you're at. And it kept telling me I was obese, which really pissed me off, right? Because I don't think I am, but long and the short of it is I started a process of working out on a regular basis, right? So I can now take a calendar and I can put a check mark, an X on every day that I'm working out, and it's building momentum. And when you start something such as a diet or a working out, you're not going to see the results really quickly. It takes time. It's the same in our business. But here's the point. As you start seeing the results, what a lot of agents will do is they'll start slowing down, or they'll get that one deal. And we have an example right here. They'll get that one transaction where everything is about that transaction.
And
that transaction,
all your energy.
Right? That transaction closes. And what do you got next? Nothing. So you're going to get a paycheck. The way it'll work out for a new agent that does this is you're getting a paycheck every 4 months. How's that going to work out for your bills? It's just not, right? So when I'm talking about building a habit for myself and using that example of working out, I have changed the way I eat. And one of the things I always said is, I'm still going to eat this. I'm going to eat this. I'm going to eat that. And everybody wants to know how I've done it. Please let me know. Please reach out. And it's not a matter of being, like going from being a carnivore to a vegan. It's nothing like that, right? It's just doing shit in a proper way. And you know what? You take that jab when you can. When you get an opening, you take that jab. When you get an opening,
jab is your reporter.
Deal, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But the thing is, when you build the habits, you also build momentum every day, not just a week or a month.
There's something else that happens, Dave, right? Is that big ass shit-eating grin that you have there, right? So you said something to me when we first met. It's like the pain of regret or the pain of progress? Or what's
it's basically, which would you rather have, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret? That's,
so
that's really it. So for me, with the weight and the working out, I know that cheeseburger with a roll and everything on it.
It's good right now.
Well, man, it'd be great, right? But now the way I look at it, that I did differently, because before it's like, oh, I can do that. I'll just run twice tomorrow, right? Now the way I look at it is, how is that going to affect me next week, next month? Hey, wait, think about this. How will that cheeseburger or not prospecting today affect me in 10 years? Think about that.
Well, the thing that I sort of, that comes to mind with the pain of the pain of regret or the pain of discipline, the thing is that there is also a reward to what you're doing, right? And so there are some people that are addicted to their negative story. Oh, I can't lose weight. And they get some sort of stimulus from people being like, oh, but you don't look that bad, and right? Then there's the stimulus of somebody stopping you and looking at you and go, Dave, man, you look fucking amazing. What are you doing differently? It has a multiplicative, multiplying effect. I don't know what the word is, but the effect multiplies it.
Yeah.
So now I'm down from 235 down to 190, 193, and the body fat percentage is. So now when I'm moving through the world, I have strangers being like, oh, well, look at you, people are paying attention. And I remember that from when I was younger. Now I want more. So now my habit is reinforced. If I am lead generating and I'm getting the results of having contacts and setting appointments, that's one thing. But if I'm lead generating, I'm having contacts, setting appointments, and following through and getting contracts, and then negotiating those contracts and getting closing after closing after closing. And I'm looking at 3, 4, 5 closings a month, 10 closings a month again. And I remember that feeling. And now the results of having 5 and 6 and 7 closes a month means that I don't have to worry about this anymore. I can now focus my energy on that now.
Yeah.
That gets me to the phone every single day. I don't care. Somebody's got an attitude, because that's a drop in the bucket compared to the feeling that I get, when I satisfy my family's needs and wants, and when I, we go to Disney, and when we do this, that, and the other thing, or when I have my scotch and cigars, even though I haven't had them in a while because I've had to change my diet. Thanks a lot, Dave Fanale.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But here's another thing, we want to be able to build up what we're doing, and we don't want to stop what we're doing, and we want to make changes. But, there's the agent that says, well, I've got to get there first, when you start doing 1 deal a month, that's good. When you start doing 2 deals a month, and you're talking about 6 or 7, look, if you love what you do, and a lot of people say they get in this business because they want to help people. To me, that's a passion, right? And if you can really take that passion and put it to work, what that work means is practice, right? It means practice. It means role play. It means get involved, right? So there's this thing called call reluctance, right? And it's been on my mind a lot, because I talk to you all the time about, I have the same thing. I mean, it's not a disease. It's not going to kill anybody, but it will kill your finger, right? Yeah. So one of the things that I realized, just as we're talking here, is one of the things we do in our new business together is we work with a modern agent framework, right? And guys, I'm going to put on the screen in a minute a place you can go to register for this. But we're not selling anything. It's free. It's brand agnostic. No recruiting. None of that crap. We just like to help agents.
Fuck that, Dave. Fuck that. We are selling something. We're selling you on your own goddamn success.
That's right.
Why would I have to pull teeth? If I told you that every single time we got together, we set at least one appointment, everybody that we're with, what? I got to convince you to come through. I don't want you if you don't want that.
But
I don't
just
want
one
you to
appointment, just one appointment I'll get if I come.
dude. I'm not gonna get into telling stories out of school, but this last time we were here, we had 7 agents and 20 appointments on the board. Come on, man. Even if you failed at half of them, there was still an appointment for each one of you. So I appreciate the fact. So Dave is sensitive to the fact that, you know, he doesn't want anyone to be turned off. I want you turned off. Get away from me if you don't want to be successful. Get away from me if you do not want to be successful.
So
It doesn't help.
So in essence, what you're saying is you're trying to scare people, and I have a reason for that comment. So I heard you say earlier today, right, on a call, what is the biggest expense? I think it was expense in the real estate business.
What's the biggest expense in the real estate business? And that is fear.
Fear.
Fear is the biggest expense. Everybody's like, oh, you should pay for marketing, you should pay for advertising. You are already paying the biggest expense by not taking action, being afraid to take action, being afraid to dip your toe in the stuff. That fear is causing you to miss opportunities. I had an agent one time tell me that they couldn't find parking, so they skipped our workshop. What?
Yeah.
What? At that same workshop, we made $142 million worth of appointments. We made $142 million worth of opportunities. We had $142 million worth of changing life. And he was afraid to park his car for $13 in the parking lot. I don't mourn these people. I don't mourn these people. And I love you guys. We are the idea is if everyone succeeds, if you succeed, everyone succeeds, right?
Right.
What did Martin Luther King say? Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. Well, success anywhere is success everywhere too. If we could figure out the key to unlocking that fear, that expense that you guys are already paying, you're already paying expense, right? If you can unlock that door, man, the world is at your disposal.
Okay. So let's hit them between the eyes with what this modern agent framework is, the modern agent experience. We've got it on the screen, modernagentexperience.com. Sign up. There are limited seats. We are almost full for next week. Today is March 17th. March 22nd is the next one.
See if
it's
you can
almost
get in.
full. We have a couple seats left. Okay.
See if you can get in. See if you can. So register. See if you can get in. Honestly, man, we won't turn you away because you're a new agent. We're not going to turn you away because you don't have much production. The reality is that if you are not afraid to produce, if you are not afraid to take the next step in your business, this is a great place to do it. Your broker might tell you not to come. The broker might tell you.
We've had that happen.
My challenge then would be ask your broker, okay, what are you doing instead this week?
And then invite him to come with you.
Invite the broker to come with you. They'll see that it's not a recruiting, but I don't want you if you're not producing. So
just give me an example before we get into the definition of what the framework is. We had an agent, brand new agent. He had a license for a while, but never did any cold calls.
Right.
And he was afraid to make the calls. He was afraid to even text people. Had a background of, that he wasn't too happy with or proud of or whatever. But you know what? Once this guy got on the phone, because he saw what everybody else was doing, he picked up the phone and got leads. He didn't get any appointment. Well, he got an appointment. He also got leads, one. Right? So the thing is that it doesn't matter if you got your license yesterday or got your license, many yesterdays ago. We work with, for instance, my niche of people I want to work with are new agents, stuck agents, and people that want to scale from 10 to 40. Why? Because they're all in the same issue, right? So let's talk about the framework. So Sekou, talk to me about the framework, the modern agent framework that we use to get appointments on a daily basis, averaging at least one per agent.
Let me do it like this. This is $1 million worth of coaching right now for you for free. It's $1 million worth of coaching. Get out your pen and just write this down. Come through and put it into action. All right. So your modern agent framework is a recipe. It is a simple recipe for success. Just like you opening the bakery, if you just do eggs, milk, sugar, flour, you're going to have cakes and things like that. And it creates different results if you do it in different places. The modern agent framework is just a simple thing of reaching out to as many people as possible on as many platforms as possible on a step-by-step basis. Step 1, make sure that you reach out to people you know. Step 2, make sure you reach out to the people that were non-responsive to you before. Step 3, find new people to reach out with, right? Step 4, communicate all of your actions and activities to people every single day, because they're paying attention anyway. You might as well let them know what you're doing. And then step 5, responding to the stuff that they ask you, responding to the questions and things like that, being present for them. You take those 5 steps, right? You speak to the people you know, you speak to the people that hung up on you the day before, you set appointments, you find yourself setting appointments greater on the phone sometimes or text message. Then you reach out to your friends and family via social and things like that, and you look for specific engagement and what have you. And then you follow up with folks every single day. As a real estate agent, you have one job: meet new people daily. That's
Right.
it. It's your job. Your modern agent framework allows you to meet more new people daily. It allows you to follow up on the people that you've met before. And it allows you to stay in the lives and stay top of mind of the people that are already in your life and already in your database. Did I do a good job sort of breaking that down?
Yeah, and I want to add a really important thing is over the last few weeks, you're seeing the badge on our broadcast, the M badge, right? And the reason that's there is because right there, yep. Well, the reason you see that there is because it is basically what our objective is to work with modern agents, right? What's a modern agent? A modern agent is not the agent that is being coached by the phonies that are out there. Yeah, I said that. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. There's a lot of coaches out there that are excellent, a lot of ones, but there's a lot of them that their systems are broken. And yeah, they worked on them. I mean, we work literally with people all over the country, coaches alike that work with us, that are taking what's been done for years and years and years and just making it contemporary. That's what we do. People will say, well, I don't want to make cold calls. Okay, don't. Let's call people that already want to talk to you.
Yes.
That's part of the framework, right? We're talking to people that want to talk to you. And I'm not going to go into detail of what that means. That's really for you to find out at themodernagentexperience.com. But here's the thing is it's about consistency. It's about showing up. It's about being intentional when you do show up. If you don't want to be intentional, you just want to show up and listen, that's cool too, right? Because you're going to
it's not. No, I'm just playing.
No, it is cool because we've had a bunch of people show up and they sit and they listen, and it's like you can see their mind exploding because they're blown. And we do this every day. We open it up to everybody on Wednesdays, which is what the Modern Agent Experience, Modern Agent Mastermind is. The important part of what we're talking about is the ability for everyone to do what they have to do, and they just don't know they can.
Yeah, I just heard Danielle ring the bell twice, and I know there was a third time that she could have rang the bell, but she didn't. Wait, I wanna make this clear, Dave. This is not theory.
No.
This is not a book that we're selling.
No.
This is not 12 weeks of coaching that we're selling. This is not a boot camp. This is not a temporary thing. This is not a, hey, let's all. This is, if you do what we do every day, you have a deal opportunity in front of you every single day. The new parents, I think the new parents are ready, but I know that they're almost there. What's up? Congratulations, Jeff and Marcel Jimenez. So what we're talking about is purposefully, not yet. Okay, coming up. The uncles are here ready for you. What we are talking about is purposefully and at will just creating your business. I'm not talking about you dominating your market. I'm not talking about being a or being an
So,
influencer or but I'm talking about day in and day out, making your donuts, selling your donuts, being the greatest donuts in the world. That's a great family out there. Long Island is blessed to have the Jimenezes out there, man.
oh, without doubt. So, all right. So you're talking about purposefully and at
Purposefully and
will.
at will.
So
Purposefully and at will.
when we say one one appointment a day per agent, we're not kidding, right? People would say, well, I get 3 appointments a day. You know what? Congratulations. Could another one help you because you might be doing what we're doing. You might be, right? But imagine an atmosphere. Imagine a Sekou. Imagine an atmosphere. Oh, you know what it is. So imagine the atmosphere where there's 5 to 10 to 15 others in the same room. We start with a little coaching, a little role play. And throughout the next 3 hours, we're role playing and coaching you as you're on the phone. Now, when I say the phrase and the question, who's standing next to you to help you and support your business? This is literal more than figurative.
Yes.
Right. And that's what we do on a regular basis. Now, is it crazy?
No, of course.
It's not. It's not. And that's what our process has allowed us to be able to do, where we're not necessarily worrying about the bills. We're not worrying about compliance. We're not worrying about all the bullshit that goes with running a brokerage. We're helping people actually make money. If that's something that you might be interested in, then you know what? I'm glad you're listening and watching this, whether you're watching it live or you're watching it, as a recording. So briefly.
Well, Dave, on that point, so this is my challenge for all of you that think that I am recruiting, right? As a recruiting method, let me just ask you this. Is your broker standing next to you, making calls in front of you, getting rejected in front of you, getting accepted in front of you, setting appointments in front of you, referring deals in front of you? Is your broker doing what they said they would do as far as focusing on the development of your business? I say,
and if it's not your broker, is it your manager? Is it your team leader? Is it your trainer? Is it one of those people?
With anyone.
Right.
Replace it with anyone. So we literally, this is the literal use. That's right, Jeff. Never. Or Michelle, I don't know who it is today, but it's one of y'all. Literally, I've never heard anyone say to me, oh yeah, my broker does that with us every day.
That's
or my
crap.
trainer does that with me every day.
I'm sorry. It's wrong.
No, they never even said it.
Right. That's bullshit.
And so what we do, the reason why we do this daily, the reason why we open up this up to you on Wednesday, Jeff today did it. That's right. Oh, it's Jeff today. What up, Jeff? Big Daddy. The reason why we decided to do this is because we believe in the investment. We invest our belief in you as agents. We invest our belief in the industry. We believe that you deserve to have a fair shot at this business, that it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter your education level. It doesn't matter anything. None of that shit matters. What matters is that if we can win together, imagine what the business will do in the future, where it'll go in the future. We are investing our belief in you so that we can invest our belief in the future. The modern agent, the very essence of the name, means that we're going to stay current. We're not going to do the things like we've done in the past. We're not going to rely on the old boy network and all this and that. We're looking to grow, and we want to change the world. Shame on us.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not. Look, it is coaching and training, and let's also say motivating and inspiring all in one shot. I mean, I could tell you that there were 7 people here the other day, and it was probably if each individual had to pay. I mean, this is not blowing smoke. This is true, about $10,000 worth of coaching each.
Mm-hmm.
Because we went through prospecting, role play. We talked about social media and Instagram and how to use different things on those platforms and how to actually have customers talk to you like really well, like really
phone in
intensely.
front of them.
Right. Exactly. And it's not, and like you said, it's not theory. This is really happening. So
yeah,
I'm just going to share some quick numbers. We're like we said, we're averaging at least appointment an agent. The other day we had 7, so almost we had just under 3 per agent on average, which is not bad. You know, a couple $100,000 worth of possible business. That's not bad for a day.
Not bad for a few hours.
And just think if we were a brokerage, how great that would be, right? So, all you guys out there that are looking to, you know, really, really build what you started and you say you're passionate about this business, I need you to look within yourself and look in the mirror. And I'm going to give you an example. My great friend and probably the greatest coach for real estate on this planet, John Cheplak, was at an event a couple of months ago I was at in January of 23. And he says, you know what? How many of you people here write down your gratitudes every day? Now, I believe in this. I believe in gratitudes, affirmations, etc. But there's one thing that really hit home with me about gratitudes. He says, put your hands down. You're all full of shit. And we said, gratitudes, stop doing the gratitudes because you're not serious about them. You want to tell me that you're grateful for your health? Let's get a mirror in here. You strip down. You tell me how grateful you are for your health. Right? If you think about that and you think about your business, how grateful are you for all the work you're doing on your business? If you're grateful for your coach, or you're grateful for your broker, or you're grateful for the business you have, strip down your bank account, take a look at that, and let me know how big it is. One friend of mine once said to me, you know what? My motivation is I look at this every day. I mean, there are people in this business that every day when they wake up, they look at their bank account. Right? Now, is this greedy talk on my part? Absolutely not. It's just realism, right? The reason we're in business is to make money. Yes, we're going to help people. Yes, we want to feel our passion. Well, if you really want to feel your passion, I want you to realize that if you really feel your passion, it's called freedom. Right?
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 Again. Wait, say that again. That's the opposite of fear is freedom.
So one thing you got to understand, the opposite of fear is freedom. But one thing you got to understand is that if you're passionate about what you're doing, that is going to give you freedom. So taking it the other way, freedom is your passion. Plain and simple. That's what it's all about, right? So, you know, so Sekou, you and I started this a few months ago together. We do have another person that we work with. But why? Why would you, I mean, you've got a good coaching business. You're coaching people all over the country. Why would you, Sekou Pyle, become the Chief Growth Officer of the Modern Agent team and be involved in the Modern Agent organization?
Belief. I believe in the spirit and the essence of the mission of changing the lives of agents, changing the lives of all of the people that they connect to. I'm really good at this. I'm really, really good at this. And in 2020, I learned a lesson that I think I will carry with me for the rest of my life. 2020 taught me that the cemetery is filled with unpublished works of art. And it would be a shame if we didn't take all that we knew. It would be a shame if we didn't share what we had. It would be a shame if we didn't build this again and again and again every single time we have the opportunity to.
Right.
So this opportunity came my way, and I appreciate the opportunity from you and Grant. And so the opportunity came my way. I'm really, really fucking good at this, y'all. I take people and turn them into millionaires all the time. Why not do it in an organized fashion and really grow this business in a way that no one has ever done before? And so that's why I joined the Modern Agent team, and why we're being so very careful with how we're growing and who we're growing with. Thank you, Jeff. It's our duty I think it's our duty to help the next generation. And this is me rolling up my sleeves,
Yep.
and sticking my hands in the mud and raising the next generation of real estate agents.
Yep. It's you know, truth be told, Sekou and I are actually in the same building right now. I just said we couldn't do it in the same room, but we're in the same building, and as we are every day. If there's any questions, guys, I mean, just feel free. You've got, you know, you can reach out to us on Instagram at Modern Agent Mastery. You can go to the modernagentexperience.com and actually sign up for our Wednesdays. The only thing I can guarantee you is that you're going to learn something. You're going to actually get business. You know, I will guarantee you, and I said this yesterday, is I guarantee you that you will get business if you show up. How many people are saying that? I mean, there is, you know, one of the things I asked these companies that call you to sell you leads and stuff. And I say, well, you want this money to set up, you want this money on a monthly basis, what's your guarantee? Most of them say, I have to say most of them now say, because someone did offer a guarantee recently.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Nothing.
Law of averages.
They guarantee
a non-zero
nothing.
response.
Another company recently that reached out to me guaranteed $50,000 in gross commission income. Wow. Now I'm going to tell you, there's a huge if coming with that, right? It's just like I guarantee you to get an appointment when you come here. There's a big if that comes with that. That is, if you do the texting, if you do the calls, if you do the engagement that we talk about, you will. You can't lose. You can only win. Only winners at Modern Agents. That's it. Only winners at Modern Agents, right? So,
yes, as
Jeff says, as I told in the beginning of my career, become a sponge and suck up all the knowledge of everyone around you. You've got opportunity to be around. Okay, so let's get conceded. Two of the greats.
Two of the greatest.
They're on this call right now, right? You know, I'm old school but new school. How am I old school? I like dressing. I like wearing a jacket, right? I like collared shirts. That's as old school as I get. I'm not old school in any other way, right?
I'm dressed for a workout, man. Let's go. Take action.
Anything else, Sekou, that you want to talk about as far as your process and everything else?
I do. I in all seriousness, right? And so we were talking about fear this morning and how that was the greatest expense of the agent. You know, there's a simple process that you could use to overcome your fear. Just figure out an outcome that you want and then let nothing stop you from achieving it. If you are an agent that wants to do 4 transactions a month, challenge me. Come through and challenge us. Prove me wrong. Prove that my framework doesn't work. Prove us wrong. Prove that the Modern Agent team is full of shit and that I went there and I did my best and I couldn't set an appointment. Then you can talk as much smack as you want. I want you to pick up all of your doubt, pick up all of your fear, pick up all of your inconsistency. I want you to leave it at the front door. Because I swear to you, if you want it on the way out the door, it'll be there waiting for you. Is that a good wrap up for what I was saying there, brother?
Yeah, and you know, I want you to look at what you're doing now. Is it what you want?
Is it what you want?
Is it
what are the results you want, and what are the results you're getting? I had a young lady come through here talking to me about how she's already invested a lot in her signs and in her cards, and you know, she's going to give it a shot for 6 months and this and that. And I was like, in that 6 months, because you spent that money for your signs and ads, I'm going to put together $250,000 worth of business for an agent that is willing to come through here. Tell me what your agency, justify staying at your agency. I'm offering you $250 to come through here. It's going to take work. It's going to take perseverance, but justify to me why you would stay at your agency. What's the reason? And she was like, well, I'm loyal. And I'm like, that loyalty is costing you money.
Right.
I'm here to make money. I'm here to big business. I'm not here to make friends and chew bubblegum.
Right. I want to throw one other thing out there by not coming. There's a lot of people that sign up that don't show. Let's be honest, since it's free, a lot of people won't show. But I want to go out to some people who are thinking about, I'm not doing that. They're full of shit, or I'm not going to waste my time. It's just going to be another thing. They're going to recruit us. I'm going to ask you a question. How much money are you leaving on the table by not just showing up, spending 4 hours with us?
It's insane.
Right?
Jeff is telling the truth, facts and truth. I love that. Facts, truth, facts, truth. That's just over and over again, man.
Yeah, and Jeff is just someone we work with for years, and he's a believer, but he's also been able to do well with.
They are probably, if you're looking at Long Island, I would say arguably one of the top teams on Long Island.
Right. And we can't say much more than he's saying. I mean, we did not ask Jeff to come on. Jeff came on. But anyway, here's the thing, guys. I'm not going to belabor the point. What I want to do is I want to help agents, right? And how we help agents is this broadcast, by the way, it's number 249, right? It's number 249, right? So the question I have for you is, can you be this consistent? Oh, wait a minute. 246 weeks in a row. I haven't missed a week. I'll be honest. I missed one Friday due to food poisoning, but did it the next day on Saturday. So I have not missed a week.
How dare you be human?
Right, exactly. So
you've done this on vacation.
What's that?
You've done this when you were on vacation. You've done this when you were sick. You've done this during the holidays. I've seen you.
I've done it on Christmas Day, on New Year's Day, Christmas Eve, right? I've done it in Florida, in Arizona, in California, in hotel rooms,
in Arkansas.
In Arkansas, right? I did it in Arkansas with Brian Danny, right? So why do I bring that up again? Is because it's called consistency. Consistency builds value, right? There's a lot of people. I work many weeks ahead to try to schedule everything out. And sometimes, I don't get everybody on that I want to get. But the thing is, I don't stop. I can't stop. It's something it's like my business of helping agents is an addiction, a good addiction, because I enjoy the shit out of it.
And you are addicted to your responsibility. Hey, Virginia.
So I want to thank Jeff and Virginia for coming on today, and Jay from the beginning. Sekou, I know we've got it on the screen. You can give out your number if you want. I mean, what would be the next step for any agent that wanted to build a business or build a new business, get unstuck, or the best, scale from 10 to 40?
Reach out to us. Reach out to us and ask us some great questions. Reach out to us and ask us, how do we do this? Reach out to us at themodernagentexperience.com. Reach out to us and really ask yourself some questions like, how much am I invested in my business? Where do I want to go? And then when you reach out to us, be like, can you get me there? And we will honestly answer you. We will answer you honestly. I don't know how to put that the best way. Reach out to us, modernagentexperience.com. Click the link now. As a matter of fact, you know what? If you're watching, go ahead, modernagentexperience.com. Register for next Wednesday. Register for next Wednesday. Just go ahead and do it right now. And then put it in your calendar and X that part off for the rest of the week. Don't set any appointments during that. Don't, nothing. Just block that time off. And I will guarantee you, we run a thing every week called a contract by Friday, right? And it's a bunch of things that you could do to get a contract by Friday. You come through on Wednesday, that adds to the contract by Friday. If you're in New York, you're in New Jersey, you come by our office, there's enough room for you. We'll turn the whole damn place out for you. We'll make it work.
We'll also give you the information on how to get a contract by Friday. We'll also give you the information on how to get a contract within 7 days. I ask a lot of top agents throughout the country that what's the number one thing you would do if you needed to get a contract within 7 days? Gun to your head. What would you do? It's always the same answer, but it's actually calls. So, I also want to make one other point that is probably obvious. And the only thing we have not mentioned we know we're not for everybody. I know, right? That's why our partnership is so very important, because we balance each other out. I know I'm not for everybody. Sekou knows he's not for everybody. If you don't like scripts and dialogues, tell me, what are you saying? Because that's a script and dialogue. If you're making calls and you're not using scripts and dialogues, you're full of shit. Anyway, so Sekou, as we keep going here and get ready to move forward, I want to I'm putting up information for Jeff. So you just put that up there.
He's tagging his team members, man. If you got a team, man, this is a great place to come through. You figure out really quickly how to get your team productive. Right. I've been coaching a lot of teams lately, and it's almost always the same answer. It's, I got a couple that are doing good, but the rest of them are not. And Dave and I are really, really, really being strict with who we're growing with. You can follow along with us. We can be in mentorship with you on you developing your team, and do it step by step. We'll have a separate conversation with teams about that. Right. Your people are invited. We are not taking from other teams. We're not. Listen, this is the real thing. This is the real thing. As soon as the kid gets here, I'm back in this with you guys every week. Yes, sir. Well, you got to focus on that, Big Daddy. You got the most valuable team growing right now, so we're not really worried about that.
So excited for you. So anyway, look, Sekou, coming up against time. This has been, this has been. I'll be honest with you, Real Estate Talk TGIF number 249 has been a passionate broadcast. If anybody thinks this was an infomercial, I don't care what you think. What I do care about is how many people I can help. And I want to thank you for coming on. And of course,
I want to thank you for having me.
Two things we end the broadcast with. One, we'll dispense with, but the most important one is, Sekou, how can I help you grow your business?
You stay on me like you are, man. We've been good friends and partners now, and now the accountability level has gone up through the roof. We are, in my opinion, showing each other the greatest form of love. We're being accountable to each other.
Right
now, I know we have the real estate talk hat, but I don't want another real estate talk hat.
Okay, what do you want?
I want one of those modern agent team hats, man. Do we have any modern agent team hats that I can rock, man?
We do. If you hold on 1 second, okay, talk for a minute.
You sure? So now that Dave's out of the room, I can really, really go nuts with you guys for a second. Listen, if you did 2 to 12 deals last year, Danielle is like, the hat. What's up with the hat? If you did 2 to 12 deals last year, what if we can add just double to your whole framework? What if you did 24 deals? What if you did 4 deals? I am looking to help you to grow. Dave doesn't know that I'm saying the modern agent team hat. Let's go. Let's grow, y'all. So I'm looking to help you to grow. Reach out, modernagentexperience.com. Make it a reality. Make it a reality. Commit to it. What is this? Oh, special delivery. Special delivery. Special delivery. I'm not going to go into that because then my Harlem boots will start showing. Wait, hold on. Let me.
All right, man. That's never happened on the broadcast. So I want to thank you for coming on, Sekou, and joining us and being able to show, a lot of our passion. I think that's what we saw today. So thank you so much, everybody, for being on. Thank you, Jeff, Michelle, Jay, as well as Virginia. And then, of course, wait a minute. Hold on. Hit that. Whoop. Wait a minute. Technology is not my.
Wait a minute. Special delivery.
There we go. The hat, Danielle Taylor is on as well. I want to thank you all. Look, guys, we're gonna keep messing up my technology here. I want to thank you all for coming on. We'll be back next week with another great guest. We got so much great stuff going on. Thank you.